1 week after Egyptian authorities arrested potential presidential candidate Khalid Ali on charges that he violated public decency, Egypt's President el-Sissi passed a law that imposes heavy restrictions, effectively banning the work of non-governmental organizations, NGOs, in Egypt, among other measures aimed at cracking down on dissent in the country. The law has triggered wide international backlash and raised concerns over human rights conditions in Egypt. The European Union, the EU, said the law is likely to directly affect its assistance, which relies on cooperation with NGOs. Amnesty International said the law is a catastrophic blow and could be a death sentence for human rights groups in Egypt. Similarly, Germany's federal government human rights commissioner expressed his concern about the law. And 2 Republican U.S. senators slammed the law. Republican Senator and chairman of the coup committee, John McCain, and his sidekick, Lindsey Graham, senator from South Carolina, urged Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to bring the law on NGOs in line with international standards and the Egyptian constitution. Egypt is also grappling with an insurgency by Islamic militants in the northern part of the Sinai Peninsula, which connects Egypt to Israel. So what I gather from this article is that there was, after the last coup there in Egypt, when Morsi was jailed and el-Sisi became president, you had John McCain and Lindsey Graham show up there insisting that it was a coup and that they didn't know if el-Sisi was going to toe the line. But they decided to give him a chance.
American Senators John McCain and Lindsey Graham spoke from Cairo, but their words only further angered anti-Morsi protesters.
The circumstances of the former president's removal were a coup.
That word, coup, is hugely controversial in Egypt right now. Members of Morsi's Muslim Brotherhood Party say the toppling of his government was illegal. Opponents say it was part of a democratic transition.
The message today was clear that this was a coup, but you also added that you want to see a transition to democracy. How concerned are you that the most adored figure these days in Egypt is General Sisi with his picture everywhere?
Well, we appreciate his leadership, and we appreciate many aspects of what he has done. But we made it very clear to General Sisi that we are here not to negotiate, but to urge a reconciliation, a dialogue, followed by free and fair elections. Now, General Sisi said to us that he was committed to that process. And so we are, I think, guardedly optimistic that he wants the same thing. But
well, it seems that he has been too cozy with Vladimir Putin, who he has hosted there, and el-Sisi recently met with Donald Trump at the White House last month. Then we have this potential presidential candidate, probably one that the chairman of the coup committee thought would be best for their agenda to be implemented there in Egypt. Well, he was arrested. So it seems like, and then after that, this new law in effect barring foreign NGOs from operating in Egypt came to pass. And I'm with General el-Sissi on that issue because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that maybe these NGOs are fomenting dissent within that relatively small country. Means that you have others dabbling in your country's policies, which probably have to do with revenues of said country's natural resources. Well, and I'm glad to see that for now, John McCain and Lindsey Graham have been foiled in Egypt. This has been me, The People Perspectives. Break this news.